Women's League to fill the gap between college and professional soccer. A league that's committed to advancing women's soccer, focusing on the development of the female soccer player during the summer months, elevating the competition to help each player reach that next level, providing high-level soccer for collegiate players, aspiring and former professionals, and international stars. Operating with professional standards because players and fans deserve an exceptional experience. Uniting players that inspire and are inspired. We are passionately growing the women's game. The future is bright for United Women's Soccer. It's time. Be part of the movement.
a team really like helped us keep pushing.
They see me? Oh. Was the audio working? That's the $1 million question. Oh. All right, we're back to square one. Hey, Hyatt Regency, Wi-Fi, you're the best. I appreciate you guys. So we get to this point. We've been talking a little bit about the regular season start being 1-1, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 tie, but they've reeled off 5 straight wins as it relates to Lancaster Inferno here at the National Championship. So you get to the playoffs. First game, New England Mutiny. Let's talk a little bit about this because I turned the game off after 3-0. And let's talk, what was the difference? You get down early, first minute, second minute, third minute, going on. What is the mindset for Lancaster Inferno as it relates to this matchup being down 3-0? How do you get back into this game?
I think it just goes into our culture of hard work. We pride ourselves on finishing a full 90, and I think it really just showed. We went down, picked ourselves up, and we finished the game. It was kind of just a very weird game. Nothing you really see too much in soccer, but it just shows the testament of this culture and that we're willing to fight to the very end.
Let's talk about that culture. Second game in the playoffs, you get down early 1-0 to FC Buffalo. At Buffalo, this is a team that has been a perennial power the last 2.5 years. How did you guys overcome that early deficit? Obviously, you give up the goal in the first minute, you score 5 minutes later. But what kept you going to want to achieve what you guys did to win that matchup 4-2?
I think we really wanted to be here, and we wanted to be here and be in California and chase the national championship. And after what the team overcame versus New England, 1 goal with Buffalo ahead, that seemed so in reach. Like, we can do that. And after we got another goal and Jackie scored another goal and Kayla scored another goal, it just felt like things were falling into place and this could be a possibility. And like, we could definitely do this. And it just goes to show that we really want to be here.
I also think this team is very calm, cool, and collected. I mean, our first playoff game, we went down 3-0, and we didn't really ever panic. We kind of all just have a lot of trust in each other that we will get the job done, and that's kind of what happened at Buffalo as well.
Let's talk a little bit about the culture of the club. Obviously, having some familiarity with what happens with the coaching staff and everybody else. How important is it to have such a cohesive group of coaches to get you guys to that level? What does it mean to have them, and how has that helped you guys prepare for what's ahead with Santa Clarita Blue Heat tomorrow evening?
I think that it's really helpful because each and every one of our coaches and staff all truly believe in us and think that we can always give our best selves. Like after we went down 3-0 after New England Mutiny, all of our coaches knew that we could do better and they expected the best from us, and I think that shows every day in every game we play.
I think a part of it just kind of has to be with them as well as us as players never being satisfied. I think kind of what Mish was saying, like being down 3-0, that's not who we are. That's not how we play. That's not how we finish a full 90 and we keep going. That's even in the beginning of the season, we lose a game, we tie a game, like we're not satisfied. That's not good enough. And I think through each and every game and throughout the season as a whole, like we're never satisfied and we always want to achieve the best because within ourselves and within each other as teammates, players, and coaches, we all know that we can do great things.
I'm curious to know the mindset coming off of that early season slump. How was it able to be picked up so quickly to reel off 6 in a row in the regular season, 8 in a row in general? But what was the difference? What was the wake-up call after that first loss against Coppermine and then that tie against BC United that got you guys to where you are today?
I think we all just stuck together and we knew what we could do and achieve as a team. So we kept working hard and we came to practice focused and ready to work each day.
I think those first 2 games kind of lit a spark under us, and we knew that something just wasn't clicking, and we couldn't figure really what it was. And then once we were practicing more, getting in more of the flow, it just kind of all came together, and we've just been really improving day in and day out since then.
Travel plays a big part in how teams produce or are able to produce on the field. Changing time zones, 3 hours, coming west where it's a little bit hotter. You would say humidity is a little different back east, but coming into a dry heat as it would be with California, how do you adjust to prepare for what's ahead with Santa Clarita Blue Heat?
I feel like at the end of the day, all you can do is control the controllables. And regardless that we're in this dry heat, they're also in this dry heat. They might be used to it more because they're out here, they train in it, they play in it. But that doesn't mean that we can't match that as well. So like I said, I think it does come back to controlling the controllables. And we all know ourselves well enough and we know what we're capable of. So as long as we stick to that plan, we should do well.
So my question then would be, we make it to Sunday. You guys are able to get there. What is the mindset? What is the mentality to have an opportunity to play for a national championship on a Sunday for UWS?
I think the mentality is really just to leave everything out on the field. That's what we've been telling each other since day one, since we started, and every time we've been down, just leave everything out on the field. And I think if we do that, we'll be just fine.
I think the big thing is that we want it more, and the key word in that I think is we. I think every single player on this team wants to win it collectively for each other. So that speaks volume through the heat, through the weather, through the travel, through the game. It takes grit and it takes guts, but that's what we're capable of.
What does pregame look like for Lancaster? What does pregame look like for you ladies as it relates to changing time zones? Obviously, now we're talking about tomorrow. You guys have been up for a while, been traveling. How do you recover? How do you prepare yourselves? Yes, the game is a little bit later, but how do you get ready mentally, physically for what's about to take place tomorrow evening?
Once again, we have a great coaching staff and we've been listening to them. We're trying to stay up a little later, sleep a little bit more in, staying hydrated. And I think people sometimes forget how tough Pennsylvania girls are and that and that one time zone change, that's not going to shake us up too much. We can definitely do this.
Talking about one, we're saying 2, 3 coming from East Coast time to West Coast time. I know your coach is always up till 2 a.m. I don't know if she sleeps because she's always, working for the league and working with Stephanie. I think she might be one of the hardest workers. Tell me a little bit about your coach and what makes her special as it relates to creating this bond for not just you, but a program that also has a youth side developed in it as well. And what are some of your roles potentially with that youth program?
Well, I can speak just about Steph. She, always puts us first. We walked in today. Our rooms were lined up with, she made us shirts very recently. Her and Chris, they put together, they have things coming in for us. So, we're very grateful for the support and everything that they give us day in and day out. And like you were saying, she's such a hard worker, always checking in on us, putting us first, which comes to show that we're putting the results in and we're putting in the work. And that's a testament to us rewarding her for everything that she's done for us. So we're just very thankful and fortunate to have her leading us.
Yeah, I think she kind of brings a lot to the table with this team as well as the rest of the coaching staff. I think everyone's a part of this is about inspiring the younger generations and things like that. I know a lot of us players, we help them with like working camps and things like that. And that's what brings a lot of fans, brings those youth teams, things like that. But again, it all starts with them and the effort that they put in. And I think it goes without question how much effort they put into this and how much they care. So the only thing we can do is just give back as even a little bit of what they do.
90 minutes potentially left in your season. How do you go out strong knowing that these might be your last 90 minutes of the Summer of Soccer 2023 in the UWS? You never know. Coach Rob over here saying, might not, but you never know, right? So how do you prepare for this 90 minutes? It's going to be grueling. It's going to be difficult. How do you mentally, physically prepare yourself for what's at hand?
Like I said before, I think this is a pretty calm, cool, and collected group. And we take pressure as a privilege. So we're really excited to be here. We're not really nervous. It's more of a great opportunity for us, and we're looking forward to it.
I think we're going to take it just piece by piece at a time, focus on what's directly in front of us, like the next 5 minutes, the next pass, the next play, and take care of that. Because once we take care of that, we'll take care of the game.
7:30 tomorrow night. College of the Canyons, UWS Summer Soccer National Championship semifinal. Lancaster Inferno versus Santa Clarita Blue Heat for a chance to play Sunday at about 5 o'clock here, local Pacific, at the College of the Canyons. We're excited to see it, ladies. I appreciate you giving me the time this evening. I know you guys are you've got duct tape to keep the eyes open, and you guys had dinner, so your bellies are full. But I wish you guys the best of luck tomorrow. I know you guys are going to do something special, hopefully, on the other side of not giving up a goal in the first minute, and we'll go from there. Right? That's the story I've heard is just keep going. And so with Lancaster Inferno, I'm John. These are ladies at Lancaster Inferno. We're excited to see them tomorrow, 7:30 Pacific time, 11 Sports. If you're not able to be there in person, but if you are, please bring a blanket, bring a towel, bring something to sit on, and have fun tomorrow evening at College of the Canyons. We're excited to see everybody. Until then, cheers, y'all. Hit end. Sorry, we got Chris is on the when it says end.